I'm about to do that now.
Boom, back at you.
What's up, family?
Do I want to do?
I shut up.
Wait, that's good. Is that good?
Yeah, right.
What's going on? You always got some shit going on. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, family?
What is up? We just finished working out, and
Sore.
yeah, I'll put it up. Me and her will put it up on Instagram after the show, but we is done. We is done. I think when we do the kung fu, especially the kung fu workouts, it's just like it feels like a week's just one day of doing those workouts feels like a week's, but just 1 week of working out on the body.
I'm telling you.
But it is very beneficial. I will say that, and it's very awakening, especially to the body. It is very awakening. It is therapeutic. It is stressless. Is that a?
Yep,
I made
because
it up.
it brings in endorphins, which makes you happy.
It's stressless
It's an antidepressant.
and antidepressant D. What you say? It is. It is activative,
Mm-hmm.
and it is encouraging. It actually enhances confidence. You already have confidence already. You just don't know how to use it, but it enhances the confidence you already have. and and it does. It honestly, it does a lot. It's balance, tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
It is peace. It is
Mhm,
inner peace.
mhm,
It is
mhm.
strength. It is inner strength.
Mm-hmm.
It is an exercise that is the self defense. It is a uh, intuitiveness as well. It is attentive. And if you don't understand that, that's okay. But that is because there are certain things you're lacking in your mental. We will get through that. Um, Before we dive into these bloodlines, because you know, Trini gonna go in. These bloodlines right here, we already told you we was gonna come back to the bloodlines anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and I see y'all like that. I want to let y'all guys know. Just it's called Open Minds Podcast for a reason. So I really want you guys, when I say this, I'm saying it in an open mind, and I want you to be open-minded as I say this. Just listen. I don't want you to hear. I want you to listen. There is a great. Just hear me. There is a great distraction with religion. There is a great distraction in these works you do with magic. Just listen. There is a huge distraction. What is the distraction? The distraction is that if you already know that everything that you have inside of you is also from the Creator, that means, and that being said, you don't need to go through any steps to get to the Creator. You don't need to take any steps to step into nature. The reason I brung that up is because religion, open your mind, just listen. Religion tends to keep you in fear and in line and in order. Remember, we was talking about mental fitness. It makes you mentally unhealthy. And I'm not talking about the ones who use it for financial gain. We'll deal with that soon. I'm talking about people who go to these religious places, whatever religion you are, and they're going in for the purpose of praying to something that they feel as though that they cannot see, they cannot talk to, they cannot touch, they cannot have access to without praying or paying tithes. The purpose of someone telling you, you have to come here and pray and ask for forgiveness. Listen now, you have to ask for forgiveness. What do you need forgiving for? If you've never been to jail, if you never smited nobody or anything, that's another misconception. You have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, because when the creator and the mother produced their spirit children, they were not perfect neither. They had many flaws. Nothing of creation came out perfect. Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to say that again. Nothing. But in keeping the vibration and the kundalini in harmony, there you have control. Now, going back, you are told to pray for forgiveness or suffer the consequences. I know I'm jumping right in. I'm just doing an introduction. Or suffer the consequences. What you just did is you pulled me back into a fear, and you removed me from my consciousness even more just by saying that when I already was there without you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys feel as though when you have dreams, that these dreams mean nothing. Anything or any person that you see in your dream is a spirit or is an attachment of you some kind of way to give you a message, or from the creator, him or herself, him and herself, him and herself, him and herself. And that is to spark a memory in you. When you have those deja vus or whatever, when you're in that dream state, that is a memory of something you've done. That is a memory of how you used to be. You think it is a dream. I told you already, I don't care if it's school, medical, religion, everything here is a distraction and a manipulation in front of you for a reason. It is bigger than just a conspiracy. And I'm not putting theory. It's bigger than a conspiracy. It's bigger than they want to wipe this out. They want to wipe that out. Have you noticed? That was you. Have you noticed on your application, everyone has a nationality except black and white race? They put black or African American. They put white or Caucasian. All of you are from the Caucasus Mountain? All of you are African? Listen, I'm not using the word here. This is open minds. If you are here, it is because you have an open mind. I'm not yelling. This is for good reason, because I want you to listen first. Status is important to them. So a status is created of black and white. Where is the status On your application, there's no Asian status. There's no it even says Latin or Hispanic on there. There are multiple cultures in America that when they go to fill out an application, they check white. But if white and black is a status, if you want to break that, because if you're playing their game and you're understanding their game, and black and white is a status, then understanding how you created the status, you created black as something low, you created white as something high. But if you really live in this country, if you really live in this country and you're going outside and you're seeing things every single day, you mean to tell me everybody who check off white has that status? Everyone who checks off black has that status? Do you guys see where I am going? There are rich, wealthy black people who still check off black. There's a dangerous game right now with us. There's a confusion, and this is also done on purpose. Do not feel like our own is not set to destroy us for their own personal gain. When you get a chance, study the Rona Locas or Rona Locas. Ronalloks. Ronallokas. And when you study them, Rona Locas translates into go light spirits, which are us. But there you have some who are us in this form, then you have some who are not, but they're also in this form. And they have no interest to mess with us, only to destroy us, our own. Yes. So when y'all sitting there, family, saying, this black dude ain't got no soul in him. Words are said for a reason. When your subconscious comes out of your mouth, it is a reason. Man, this brother doesn't have any soul. Look how well, this sister doesn't have any soul. And you say, this white dude got a lot of soul in him. You know how to do. I just explained Rona Locas. Ronallokas. Go light spirits. The go light spirits, every time we are at our vibration, we have guilt come in. Guilt is not a word. Guilt is a spirit. I'm not playing these childish games with you. When you do that, when guilt came in, and we're always at our height, you notice that even if you look in entertainment industry, if you look at sports, business, any form of talent that we have as black people, when we reach our peak or we're at our height where it seems like we're untouchable, at that point where we seem like untouchable, what happens? Right. This is not by mistake. Nothing is a mistake. That was the rest of that. So mind your business. So I'm about to be done. I have to lead them. So when that happens, we go back down. This is purposely being done. You ever asked yourself when it comes to, there's only one race, is the human race, but for y'all, for a conversational piece, you ever wonder when it comes to all of the races, it's only us two that they make sure we don't connect and link up. Then you have the other cultures come from their countries over here, and it's not their fault because they being threatened as well. But it's not their fault that they're checking off white. But they come in, and because of fear, they say, hold on. And they say, hold on. We're like you. Don't treat us like them. That's what makes it a problem. Because then we get around each other and you make it seem like you're on our side. And when things kick off, you're not. Because you said already, you're like them, not like us. Don't treat us like us. You already wanted your separation already. Knowing that when you was in your own country, you were not treated like that. This is a pattern by design, and this is purposely done.
Mm-hmm.
Black people, stop separating yourselves further. You are not a color. You have a culture. And I think people should say it like that better instead of saying, well, you're this or you're that. Listen, you don't know. And with these DNA tests, they're very scarce. You don't want to just jump off and take something you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I should put up strictly experiential. Oh, so anyway, you got to be, we are of different cultures. If you want to embrace another one of your brothers and sisters' culture, that's fine. We used to do that back in the day. Natives and Africans, they did that all the time. If you are from Spain and you're dark, and you are from Spain, you're a Spaniard. But to limit you to a color that represents a status, I'm not going to disrespect you like that.
Right.
If you want to say we all black in terms of family-wise uniting, that's fine. But to put in your organization or in your business black instead of who you actually are and addressing you as a person, as a culture, as a nation, as a family, I think it disrespects us. We're disrespecting our own selves. Again, I'm not disrespecting anybody out there with their own information. Just understand this. You are not the only ones with a certain type of intelligence, neither is anybody else. Now listen, we are all geniuses. Okay? But what was the word? Yes, we are all geniuses, but we ain't all prodigies. And I'm one prodigy. And this family in here ain't nothing but prodigy. I can prove it to you. I don't sit here and say things. So to end off my introduction, I don't want you to get stuck on your color. I want you to get stuck on who are you, and once you know who you are, how you going to build yourself. You keep chasing after a color, you know what you're going to find? You're going to find yourself again. If you wanted to base it on a color, if you really wanted to base it on color and go like that, then technically ain't no such thing as a white person or a black person. Are you really? You see anybody looking like that? You see anybody looking like that? You see anybody like this? I seen a clear motherfucker. I seen a motherfucker so like he was clear. Damn, you transparent. Get your transparent ass in. Like, damn, dude, you need some sun. And then some, I seen some purple brothers. Man, I seen some purple brothers. Damn, the sun love you. Damn. Telling you. So I'm not doing this to start an argument with Finis. I need you to understand, because what she about to jump into, these people don't play. They ain't thinking about black and white. They know we fight over that. Let me take we out. They know you fight over that. And they know that is a button to push for you. And once that button is pushed, what happens when the button is pushed? You just say something. Once that button is pushed, now I'm not going to say reaction, and I'm not going to say action. We have a problem with action. We don't like to act upon things. But when the button is pushed, it seems like we don't do anything. We stand still. This is the problem. You are so afraid. Every time you call yourself something less than, because by law and according to status, you're calling yourself something less than. When you call yourself something less than, then when it's time to rise up and you feel like you're going to rise up, they instill fear in you. The guilt comes, put the fear in you, and you stop. We have to stop that. You can't keep oppressing yourself. And this is something I learned today. We was talking about it today, wasn't we? Shifu Drew, Empress Trini on the mic. We spoke about this today. If you leave, you run into Africa and leaving, it's not going to do anything because you're going to find out that the same oppression is over there. The reason why is you're running away from being oppressed, but at the same time, you oppressing yourself. Mm-hmm. So you have to deal with the inner oppression first. Go ahead. That being said, Samana Honda.
Okay, so it's going late, but whatever. I'm gonna keep it on there. Okay. What's up? We're live. You guys already know.
You want me to?
We're live.
You know, I could change this. I could do that.
No, that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so
you want me to recap? Or you just want to go ahead? No,
you don't have to recap because they can come here and watch the full video.
Facts.
Okay, so while Seafood Shango over here sat there and gave y'all some good knowledge, let's get into some current events. All right, check this out. Former manager of DoD Aerospace Threat Program. That's the name of the program. Threat Program. UFOs are real. Wow. Well, who would have thought? Okay. Something extraordinary was revealed today. Former high-level officials and scientists with deep Black experience. What the hell do you mean by that? Deep Black experience? Former high-level officials and scientists with deep Black experience who have always remained in the shadows came forward on one platform. These insiders have long-standing connections to government agencies which may have programs investigating unidentified aerial phenomena, UFOs. The team includes a 25-year veteran of the CIA's Directorate of Operations, a Lockheed Martin program director for advanced systems at Skunk Works, and a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. Today marked the official launch of To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, an innovative public benefit corporation which will advance research into unexplained phenomena and develop related technology. Now I got a question. How do you get funded for unexplained phenomena? Is it really unexplained or they just not explaining the UFO?
What are your thoughts?
I think it's something deep to it. And of course, we will see because now there are a lot of things that are being revealed on camera with our eyes. So be aware.
Well, Valentine already said that last few years ago, he's like, "Get your cameras ready."
Yeah, he sure did. So, according to a TTS statement, its team members who have been operating under the shadows of top secrecy for decades believe that there is sufficient credible evidence of UAP that proves exotic technologies exist that could revolutionize the human experience. Now, how can you revolutionize the human experience with UFO technologies? This could represent the beginning of a trend towards a new openness on the part of the US government. These people know more than any of us, and they will be releasing important data on UAP in the future. As an investigative reporter with a long-standing interest in this subject, who has worked with a few Academy team members in the past, I was shown some of this data at the meeting with them on October 4th. I'm assuming 2020. It doesn't specify. So, I'm just skim through it because there's a lot of details going on.
So, go see what you was going to say. Go finish.
As a result of his position managing the DoD program for almost a decade, Lou said, "I learned that the phenomenon is indeed real." So what does that tell you? In short, less that 2 weeks after leaving the Pentagon, Luis Elizondo confirmed that UFOs are real. They exist, and they have been officially documented. Can anyone argue with this fact now, given where this man comes from and what he knows?
Guys, we went through this. When you're an intelligent prodigy, there are certain ways of learning that other people will they just won't. They just won't. It's not some few way will take a long time. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. I explained to you guys last time. Do you hear? Go back to where they was. You don't even got to go back. It says UFOs are real, and they're trying to tell you that aliens are real.
They said it's documented.
I'm not saying they're not. What I have been telling you fools if you're understanding when I was talking about the will and the denial part, because these beings, we are beings. Dummy, human being, alien being, if that's all of us are alien to this earth. This earth here, all of us are. It's more than just humans here, and they've always been here. I told you why. Why do you need a UFO to come out of the mother? Why do you need to go and live on another planet? You denying so much of who you are, you're running from it. You're building crafts to get away. And I explained to you, once you leave out of creation, you cannot come back. Go ahead. I'm not talking about interdimensional travel. I'm just talking about Mother Earth here. Just deal with here first. Y'all not ready for the other parts. Some of you are. Some of you are on that. I'm not talking about that. Just here alone. Just being here alone. That's what they're trying to do. Because you lost consciousness and you became dense in a physical form. Right. Now you're scurrying to get out because you can't even deal with what you're running from, which is, go ahead.
Okay, so let's get a little bit of interest. I got a question. We just gonna get right to it. Why Is the Super Bowl offering $10,000 for the best poop photo? I'm gonna wait. I'm still waiting. I'm crickets. I don't. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't understand. That is very pervertish. That sounds like someone with a fetish behind that contest. Come on now. $10,000 just so you could show a poop pit. I said pitch. You know, like makes no sense. That's very perverted in its own. If you can't see, like I just don't. I don't understand. The Super Bowl offered $10,000 for the best poop picture. Why?
Is that real?
That's real.
The Super Bowl offered $10,000 for you to see me shit.
Well, it's the Tushy, a bidded company, is offering $10,000 to the best post. So after the Super Bowl, poop photos sent on what it calls Super Bowl Monday.
Oh, Super Bowl Monday. Gross.
But still, why? Why do you need all those pictures? It's just perverted. Somebody is very fetish and nasty.
Isn't Super Bowl
behind
usually
that.
on Sundays?
Yeah. Nasty. All right, we're in a half hour, so let's move on to these bloodlines. But before we go to the bloodlines, I think the king has something to say.
No, I was just wondering why would you want to? But how many of y'all really? You know, you would have took the $10,000 you wanted to go and show your damn shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we come to this? Like, we're that distracted. Even if you got phones, you can't see real shit happening in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Son, please go. Oh my gosh. She ain't finished with the Aster. You know, where we at Aster?
We still on the Aster family.
I told you guys, in order to know the deep, you gotta start from the beginning. Go ahead. Let me go ahead. You go ahead, and I'm gonna see what you do.
We're still on the Aster family, and remember all of the things that they was in control of. If you don't recall, go to the first video we did on Palmer Studios. I'm going to add that video on here soon so that you can just access it there. And for Palmer Studios that is watching, come on and hop on over to Open Minds and check out the entire video because this won't be running for too much longer. I'm gonna give you another 10 minutes of it, and then I'm gonna cut you off.
Open Minds Podcast. Just go to Open Minds Podcast.
That's
Open
right.
Minds Podcast. Open Minds.
The link is in the description. Just click on it. Okay, so the IPR, which is the Institute for Pacific Relations, was the group that supervised the Illuminati's decision to allow Red China to share in the opium trade. The puppet strings behind big world events may not be seen by the public, but if we trace the origins of several big events, we see the Astors helping pull strings. The IPR helped lay the groundwork for the Pearl Harbor attack. The Astors also were behind the appeasement policy in Europe, which allowed Hitler to become a threat.
Go back.
The Astors were behind. No, the IPR helped.
Yeah, from right
lay
there.
the groundwork for the Pearl Harbor attack. The Astors also were behind the appeasement policy in Europe, which allowed Hitler to become a threat. The Astors were also involved in the temperance movement against alcoholic drink, which was begun by the Women's Christians Temperance Union. The temperance movement was an elite created movement, just like today we have big issues like apartheid, which are made up by them to keep us busy. Joseph Kennedy and two other top 13 Onassis, two other top 13 Illuminati families got rich off of the temperance movement by bootlegging. So many people have exposed the temperance movement that is not pertinent to cover it here. So you will have to read it. You have to read it with the occult, at the occult theocracy for just one expose of Freemasonry involvement.
Well, we got day books anyway, so.
Today, equivalent of the temperance movement is the drug war. Jack Astor, one of the world's most powerful men, was among those who went down with the Titanic. To his honor, he didn't have to sacrifice his life, but did. If he had been a scoundrel, he could have chased a woman and her children from some lifeboat. Many sermons have been preached on the significance of the Titanic, and I personally am beginning to feel that God laid it on the hearts of so many of his ministers to understand that the Titanic was a judgment upon the pride of the world. More specifically, it was a warning to the New World Order elite. Another Illuminati invention was communism. This has been so thoroughly documented, I don't know why I have to state it here, except that there are still people who haven't taken the time to study it out. James II Billington's book, Fire in the Minds of Men, a very scholarly work in occult theocracy, are some good starting points to study this. The Fabian Society was also connected to the Illuminati. For instance, Illuminati Prince Professor George Edward Gordon Catlin, Pilgrim Society member, was a member of the Fabian Society Executive Committee. The Fabian logo is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Stop. The logo. These are people that, his logo told you who he was. I am a wolf in sheep's clothing. This is how they play. Your dumbass thinking y'all got beef, and you don't have beef because they take their money and they invest it in war. While your dumbass sitting there like, you really, look at this president got beef. No president is at war with each other. All of them sit together and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, well, he told us that, we got to do this over there. We don't want to piss them off. If we piss them off, what's happening, because, we ain't running shit for real. So let's just go ahead and get them what they want so they can get the money. That's exactly how it goes. There is no one in Hollywood pulling the strings because Hollywood, someone else is pulling Hollywood strings. There is nobody in journalism and media pulling the strings because there is someone pulling media strings. That's what I'm saying to you. There's no one in the government pulling the strings because someone is pulling the strings of the government. Yes, nobody runs shit. They just make you look like they run it, but these are the families that run it. These are the ones that tell them what to do because they shake in their damn boots. But they fear the intelligent prodigies.
Go
on.
So in summary, an examination of the Astor family reveals their close connections with the full spectrum of Illuminati activities, ranging from Freemasonry, the Illuminati itself, the Pilgrim Society, the Round Table, communism, Fabian socialism, CFR, R2A, the Bilderbergers.
RIA. What is it? RIA? I don't know what the hell it is.
The Bilderbergers, as well as the various political, that is Illuminati, tainted banks such as Chase Manhattan. Ava Alice Muriel Astor was an occultist. She was born in 1902, was pretty, but also a very serious woman. She was a very strong willed person that was able to dominate a person in her presence unless they were also strong willed. She was into Egyptian magic and believed she was the reincarnation of an Egyptian princess and a disciple of Akhenaten. Alice Astor may have been one of the first people to enter King Tut's tomb, where she got herself a necklace. Aldous Huxley wrote Brave New World as a picture of things that were to come. Most people think as an expose, but it was really more as a plan or a blueprint. Aldous Huxley and Alice did a great deal of occult things together. Their financial power is unchecked. Myers and others have noted the Astors are above the law. The top 13 families don't obey the law, they are the law. The Astors may have Illuminati kings and princes in their ranks. They may have dozens of billions of assets, yet it will all be nothing when they face their creator at judgment.
Now, do you know the reason why people get into Wicca, witchcraft, all of that type of stuff? Do you even know the reason? Before you even dive into them, not why they get into it, do you know why people in general get into it? They feel as though religion has done them wrong. And they're not wrong, but at the same time, what they're into has done them wrong. This is still a part of denial because you don't want to address your will. When you tap into the occult, and occult just means hidden. I'm not talking about the hidden part. I'm talking about when it goes into the sorcery and magic and stuff like that, it is to defy the mother and the father. That's all that it is for. In fact, they go as far as to say that the mother and father don't even exist. The problem with this is you still are denying yourself from tapping into that conscious part of you by doing these things when it's so easy. You have people that do yoga, Tai Chi, martial arts, Qigong, whatever it is, and they can tap into that. But at the same time, they know that they also have to deal with this. So they know how to find that balance. The majority, if not more than the majority of people, are not like that because of people like them. She just said, Empress Trini just told y'all that they are the law. They don't have to obey. Why am I obey law when I make the law? I can make it and break it. I can make it and break it.
And
Now, here's the difference between them and us. They money make them act like that. But my intelligence and who I am make us like that too. Because if they damn sure ain't got to listen to it, I damn sure ain't listen to it because I don't even be around motherfuckers where I have to even follow that shit. You are being duped. You dupe. You dumb, son. I'm not calling y'all dumb. We all were there. We all were there. We all were there. It is not one person's, it's no one's fault. But ignorance. Ignorance is to blame. We chose to continue not to pick up our consciousness. And as that happened, these other damn asses who also lost their consciousness, but they gained wealth because they wanted to remain in a three-dimensional materialistic realm. That's where they wanted to stay. And here we go.
And for people that's on this channel, come on over to Open Minds, click the link below, and you can see and hear the rest. Peace out.
Yeah. And now we wasn't talking to you, we was talking to
Okay, so y'all the lucky ones, because y'all still here. All right, so now,
And we never know who's watching. I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't tell us who's watching. We never know until after. Yeah, so I'm just saying, you know.
Hold on. Okay, so there are 13 top bloodlines. We already talked about the Astors. But 13 families or bloodlines are at the top. And 5 of these families are the inside core of these 13. Prior to be wise as serpents, the existence of 13 top families was not known by very many people. The existence of the 13 families had come out in Barry Smith's book, Final Notice, in the 1980s, but the names were still unknown. Barry Smith of Australia wrote in his book, Final Notice, page 9, there are 13 families or groups heading up the world government plan. These families are portrayed as the 13 layers of blocks found on the strange seal on the reverse side of the US $1 bill. In a Little Read article, one SRA victim recently wrote that Satanism was controlled by a few families. Recently, one of the DuPonts was on the television. Why you do that every time? Was on the television show. That's your fault, Charlie.
Yeah, it is your fault.
On the television show because the DuPonts were trying to kidnap him because they didn't like his support for the book Dope Inc. I was able to get a copy of the book and was overjoyed to find such an excellent book. My sources have been telling me that the top Illuminati families were being the drug trade.
They were behind it. Yeah, they were behind it.
Yes, Satan's top followers are also the kingpins in destroying humanity for profit through drug trafficking.
I'm gonna address that when she finished. It's because I have such a. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know.
The following families, besides others or individuals from these families, are mentioned in Dope Inc. as involved in some aspect of the drug trade: the Astors, Bundys, the DuPonts, Freemans, Kennedys, Lees, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Russells. It is no coincidence that 9 of the top 13 families will get their names in a book which revealed the big names behind the world's illegal narcotics trade. It should be mentioned that some other prominent Illuminati families also play key roles in the drug trade, such as the Brofmans, Cobbetts, Shaws, Bacons, Perkins, Morgan, Forbes, Cisneros, and Oppenheimers. Where have we seen such names before? There are names in Dope Inc. that people would do well to know the danger of, such as Louis Mortimer Bloomfield, Robert Vesco, Francois Genoud of Switzerland, Ivan Slavkov of Bulgaria, the Duke of Kent, Master of the Grandmother Lodge of the Scottish Rite, and Jordan Matheson, to mention a few. Sound like
Jardine Matheson. I heard that name before. Jardine Matheson.
All our favorite secret fraternal groups appear in Dope Inc. too. For instance, the Triads, P2 Masonry, regular Freemasonry, the CIA, the Order of St. John, and the Jesuits.
Yes.
The Universal Christian Gnostics Church, which practice black magic, has a whole chapter showing its connection to the drug trade. Britain's Assassination Bureau, Pyramidex, which has been mentioned previously in the newsletter, also gets a chapter in the book. In the Be Wise as Serpents books, I example in detail only the Rothschilds and the Russells. I did not present much to back up my statements about the 13 families. Further, one of the unthinkable items that most people do not want to consider is that their leaders, who they have idolized, may be utterly corrupt. There was nothing to flow but sit down and give the nitty-gritty details if the threat from the Illuminati was to be properly understood. The facts will speak for themselves. The ideal solution for both writer and reader was for me to write up my research and for you to read it as a series of articles. There is only so much as a person can assimilate at once, and these articles give lots of details. And you can say what you was going to say.
So you won't know what's going on now until you get to the beginning, as I said. And what you need to really realize with your real eyes, shout out to my teacher, Phil Valentine. What you have to realize with your real eyes is that this is their game. This is their game. You heard the names. You heard Forbes. A lot of y'all still read Forbes magazine. I have an issue with drug trafficking and human trafficking. I have an issue with that because we're so hateful to each other. We're so hateful. Can you imagine some of the vile, despicable terror and fear they do to these human beings, these adults and children? Can you imagine? No, you can't, because you can't fathom that, because you probably got your own kids. But I can. That, like, just to know right now as we're talking, that shit can be happening or is happening, and you don't know where it's happening. It boils me up. And she could tell you, anytime they come with children, it burned me up. You got a bunch of pussy ass, punk ass motherfuckers controlling shit and instilling fear because they scared they goddamn self. Sorry, I get passionate with that shit. I do. I sit here trying to figure out how the fuck y'all let these nerdy motherfuckers out here just come and run y'all and let y'all do whatever. I'm sorry. That is a problem for me. Yeah. We got real spiritual warriors out here, and they ain't afraid of shit. The men and women who are spiritual warriors, they ain't afraid of shit, and they ready. They are ready. But as soon as the other ones come and they're when the wannabe soldiers, that's what pissed me off with these gang members, yo. That's what you so hard for your own. And the ones that's really doing shit, you ain't even gonna pick up a finger. But you so strong for your next door neighbor or somebody on your block or somebody in the corner. That don't make you tough. You still pussy because you only did it to your own. That still make you pussy. I said it. Because you only want to go after your own, that don't make you hard. That makes you scared. You even proving that you're scared to go outside of your own and direct the main threat and where it's coming from. You're scared. So you take it out on your own or yourself. That's pussy. Ain't nothing tough about that. That don't make you gang. Or we gang because we going on another gang that look like us. But the real issue or the problem is they want us to go at each other, so we ain't getting at them. That's pussy. How you piss them off is getting together with them. Building. How you prove them wrong? You see what they did with Chappelle? You made the housing expensive. Nah, I ain't with that. They made the housing expensive. He wasn't with it. He pulling that money out. I did the same thing too. If you got land and you see that they see that you're trying to bring your people in and they want to stop that, that is your proof. That's your proof. You see, you don't want us to do anything. You don't want us to rise up out of our situation because when we're there, you always come in. And every time we show these examples, You dumb, dim-witted assholes who purposely choose to look the other way because you don't want them to do it to you because we're like you, we're not like them. Only to turn around and find out that you weren't like them in the first place.
All right, we're going to read a little bit of this and then we'll come back tomorrow with it.
You know, we do 2 days.
So, we're going to get into the Bundy bloodline.
The Bundy bloodline.
Let's see what they about. Another family. My knowledge of research is limited. So much more work can be done to uncover the evil works of darkness that collaborate to destroy the Christian faith. Hopefully, articles like this will serve as spotlights on the Jekyll and Hyde that ravage our land and that send their opponents better. Christians will avoid the many secret spiritual undertows that drown so many. In the 1980s, one of the most famous criminals was a serial killer named Ted Theodore R. Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
It is not publicly known why he killed so many innocent victims. Ted Bundy told his girlfriend, Elizabeth Kendall, that the force caused them to kill. And that's his life force, I would assume he's talking about. Bundy's confession to her was given after his final arrest in Florida. Elizabeth wrote down his confession as he gave it to her over the phone. Ted said, I don't have a split personality. I don't have blackouts. I remember everything I've done. Like Lake Sammamish, we went out to Farrell's for ice cream after eating hamburgers. It wasn't like I had forgotten or couldn't remember, but it was just over, gone. The force wasn't pushing me anymore. I don't understand it. The force would just consume me. Kendall Elizabeth, The Phantom Prince, My Life with Ted Bundy. Seattle Madrona Publishers, 1981, page 176. The force is the very term that high-level Satanists use to describe the power that they believe in, which they believe can be used for either good or evil. The movie Star Wars surprisingly used the Illuminati's term, the Force, which up until that time had been reserved for esoteric, used by Satanism and the occult. This is part of the plan.
Yes.
To take the occult and its goals and instill it into the public's thinking and goals, so that the conspiracy becomes an open conspiracy with the general public promoting the drive towards witchcraft as the world religion and its one world government.
What I said earlier. We never read this book. We didn't have this book. We won't order it. But we have it. But we didn't have to. Dude, our knowledge of our teachers, our master teachers, man, shout out to them. We are ready. So maybe we were behind on the Bloodlines joints, but we didn't really have to know about them. But we wanted to share it with you guys. You know they're going to go into his family.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're going to go into his family.
Mm-hmm.
The Force. I'm a Star Wars fan too, dude. We ain't about to do that. But you have to have an open mind and know that when there is languages purposely being used in a certain way, they don't come out of nowhere. There was a reason this man confessed exactly what he said. I remember everything. I don't have blackouts.
Nope.
That means you were very sane in what you were doing.
And didn't have one compassion about it.
At the same time, it seemed like there was another presence that was with you as well. Because he kept saying force. As above, so below, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a force with this man. Whatever force it was, he didn't. Now here's where they get fucked up. He didn't deny it. There was no denial in that will there.
Mm-mm.
Remember, I had told y'all about Lucifer and what his goal was. Lucifer, not in a religious sense. Lucifer, in understanding that he's a child of the mother and the father.
Yeah.
I told y'all already, Lucifer cannot fight. Lucifer never fights. He provoke you. And he know you can defeat him. But he provoke you to see what you're going to do. And how he provokes you in a passive aggressive way.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he would provoke God. Oh, you gonna let them talk to you like that? I thought you was God. You see shit like that? You ever come with something? You gonna let them do you like that? Shit, couldn't have been me. That's how he played. Noticing the person that's egging you on is never the person that will get up and do something they self. It's him. That is him. Because when you step up, when you step it up, oh, all right, y'all, we gotta wrap it up and we gotta roll out. Yeah, I thought so. You think it's a problem to always be on that. You need that turned up person, and you need that person to also, when you are around people that's not turned up, then that non-turned up person is around. When you're around turned up people, then you make sure he nearby or she's nearby. That is true balance. Don't deny the other. This man didn't deny, but he didn't deny a goddamn thing he did. You heard her read. He broke down to his girlfriend what he did. He was conscious of it. There, that happened, this, that, and third, and there you go. That was it. That was it. I explained to you that there is certain people here on earth that understand who they are, and they purposely and deliberately want to be in this plane. They want to be in that physical form, and they know exactly who they are. And some of them are people who run this damn fucking planet. What I am simply saying is, you don't have to make them do shit. You don't have to go along with anything. You don't. You don't.
Nope.
There's a reason why they invented the word choice. Oh my goodness. You know when people say, words have power, words have energy. Do you know why they are saying that? Do you know why words are powerful and words have energy? There is a reason why certain words are what they are. There are a reason why things are the way they are. And you feel as though you cannot change that. Yes, you. Oh my goodness. Stop watching the news and stop having them instill fear in you. Them same fucks giving you the news are terrified. I'm done. You tell them whatever you want. I'm done.
I'm going to leave y'all with this. Everyone has free will. And once you understand what the will is, you'll understand how free you are. So, you have a great night. See you tomorrow. And remember, every problem have a solution. Peace out.